Willard, the way you just spoke to Principal Clark, wow, it was like the longest sentence you've ever made.
Yeah.
It's such a turn-on watching a guy fly in the face of authority, isn't it, Wendy Jo?
Was she serious?
He's serious as a heart attack.
Dancing's against the law?
Has been for 5.5 years. Ever since the accident.
What accident?
The Batani Bridge accident. James!
Guys, that's not funny.
You know how I say James? People always know that. We were just saying if you're
Hey! What happened?
Well, they're these 4 kids from Beaumont. Kids we all grew up with. And they're driving back from a big dance over at Baylor County. Across Batani River.
There was a fog that night, and you couldn't see 10 feet in front of you. And who knows? Maybe they got wild.
Maybe they weren't paying attention. But the roads were slippery, and they lost control of the car.
I hate this part.
When they hit the brakes, the car slammed into a girder. They skidded across the bridge and crashed right through the guardrail. They dropped 35 feet into the river.
It took 15 men on a police barge 2 days to drag that car out.
And when Sheriff Deacon published the autopsy report in the local paper, everybody went nuts. He claimed there was alcohol in their blood.
And marijuana.
And that's when Reverend Moore got all righteous. He started blaming everything. Liquor, drugs, rock and roll.
And dancing.
You got it.
He convinced the town council it was all a sin.
Wait a minute. Reverend Moore has that kind of power.
Reverend Moore?
He is the power.
He is the law.
Man, how can you guys live like this?
Practice. Years of practice.
It's not like Chicago. Man, it must be so cool to live in a big city where you can walk down the street and get mugged by people you don't even know.
Yeah, I miss that. I thought that coming to a big, small town was going to be like living in a big, happy family.
Huh. Let me tell you about that family. Their tongues wagging every time you make a move.
There's fingers pointing every time you turn around.
There's head shaking the second you cross the line.
And there are eyes everywhere. Careful what you do. Someone's on to you. Careful what you do.
Careful what you say.
'Cause you're on display every night and every day.
Somebody's hiding in great unknown. And every time you think that you're alone, somebody's eyes are watching.
Somebody's eyes are seeing you come and go.
Somebody's out there waiting for the show.
You got no disguise from somebody's eyes.
Well, thank you for the advice, but I'm not going to let it get to me.
Gets to everybody.
Somebody's eyes. Whoa! Somebody's eyes. Whoa!
Now you're gonna have to learn that in Beaumont a stop sign means stop.
Officer, I thought I did.
And that radio music was blasting pretty loud.
Well, that's what this is about?
You're gonna have to watch that attitude, boy. Book him, Jim. So this a friend of yours, Chuck?
The city kid? Why, I wouldn't let him kiss my ass.
Is he a friend of yours?
Careful how you speak. Turn the other cheek. Be careful how you speak.
Think a naughty thought, and if you get caught, well then boy you've got a lot of trouble.
Somewhere there's someone with a perfect view. You! And they're just dying for a little peekaboo. Somebody's eyes are watching. Somebody's eyes will never close, never sleep. Somebody's after the secrets that you keep. Who's got alibis from somebody's eyes?
This one turned my wrestling practice into a brawl.
Yeah! Travis is doing a regulation scissor hold.
That's it.
fight.
Oh, that's funny. I thought the wrestling match was only.
That is enough out of you. This is the third time in as many weeks that you've been dragged into my office. I'm suspending you from the wrestling team. Indefinitely.
Somebody, 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 somebody's eyes. Whoa. Somebody, 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 somebody's eyes. Whoa.
You know how hard it was for me to get you that job at Betty Key's hardware store? Huh? Well, it's not even a month and you get fired!
Even so that your poor mother's afraid to answer the phone.
No, don't exaggerate.
Oh, Ethel, hush, you're not helping things.
Pumpkin, forgive me, but it's one thing after another with this boy.
What happened, sweetie?
I don't know. I popped open the register because Willard needed change for $1. The next thing you know, Beneke goes nuclear and accuses me of stealing things.
Because everything you do makes someone suspicious.
Are you on drugs?
No! But why did you frisk me? I'm sure you've gone through everything else in my room.
Now listen, boy, I know I'm not your father,
You can't say that again!
Wes!
Don't say anything, Ethel.
I cannot say anything. I don't know how to do that, Wes. Pumpkin, hush, please. Wes, I realize that we are guests in your home.
Ethel! Right now, just don't say anything!
Never laugh too loud, never leave a crowd, never dress risque, there'll be hell to pay. If you've ever had anything to hide, think twice before you step outside. Somebody's eyes are watching, somebody's eyes are following every move, somebody's waiting to show they don't approve. Nothing satisfies somebody's eyes. Ain't no allies in somebody's eyes. You don't know these guys from somebody's eyes. Whoa. Somebody, 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 somebody's eyes. Whoa. Whoa.
Stop, I don't want to be late.
What's a few more minutes?
My dad is not crazy about me seeing you.
Well, tell him to get used to it.
Fine, just not now. I'm not in the mood for one of his sermons. Now go.
Whoa.